Which satellite will be launched on the LVM-3M6 mission on 20th December? Correct option is B, Bluebird 6. What is the name of the mission launched by ISRO to study the Sun? Correct option is C, Aditya L1. Which space rocket was used to place the NISAR satellite into space in July? Correct option is A, GSLV F-16. The NISAR satellite mission is a joint mission between which two countries? Right option is C, India and USA. Which two radar frequency bands are used in the NISAR satellite and which countries developed them? Correct option is C, L-band by USA, S-band by India. Which country launched the world's first methane-fueled rocket into space? Correct option is D, China. When was National Space Day 2025 celebrated in India? Right option is B, on 23rd August. Who became the first Indian to visit the International Space Station in June? Right option is A, Shubhanshu Shukla. How many days did Shubhanshu Shukla spend on the ISS during the Axiom 4 mission? Correct option is C, 18 days. Where was the Pasang Wangchuk Sona ISRO Space Laboratory inaugurated? Correct option is A, Arunachal Pradesh. Which rocket was used by ISRO to launch its first space docking mission, SpaceX? Correct option is B, PSLV C-60. Which two satellites involved in the India's first space docking mission under SpaceX? Correct option is C, SDX-01 and SDX-02. Which seeds were germinated by ISRO in space under its CROPS experiment? Correct option is A, Black-eyed pea. Which Indian origin astronaut has set a new record for the longest time spent in space? Correct option is A, Sunita Williams. Which spacecraft brought Sunita Williams back to Earth from the International Space Station in March? Correct option is D, SpaceX Crew Dragon. How many days did Sunita Williams spend on her recent mission on the International Space Station? Correct option is C, 286 days. Recently, how many new moons have been discovered around Saturn, raising its total moon count to 274? Correct option is B, 128. Which vehicle was used by ISRO to launch the Earth observation satellite EOA-08? Correct option is B, SSLV-D3. Where has ISRO Chairman V. Narayanan recently inaugurated Ramkrishnan Thermal Research Center? Correct option is C, IIT Madras. The James Webb Space Telescope recently discovered the 29th moon of which planet? Correct option is A, Uranus. Which private space company launched the Fram-2 mission to study the Earth's polar region? Correct option is D, SpaceX. The Chandrayaan-5 or LUPEX mission is a joint lunar exploration initiative between India and which other country? Correct option is A, Japan. Which Indian communication satellite was launched by SpaceX's Falcon 9 rocket? Correct option is C, GSAT-20. Who has recently created oxygen in space using artificial photosynthesis? Correct option is B, CNSA. Which space agency has launched the Sphere-X space telescope to map the universe's cosmic glow? Correct option is A, NASA. Which state government has recently announced plans to launch its own satellite? Correct option is A, Assam. Which rocket was used by ISRO to launch the European Space Agency's Probe 3 spacecraft? Correct option is D, PSLV C-59. Which country is going to build the world's first deep-water space station? Correct option is C, China. Which rocket was used in 100th satellite launch of ISRO from Sriharikota? Correct option is D. GSLV F-15. Who have recently developed an indigenous semiconductor chip named IRIS for space applications? Correct option is A. ISRO and IIT Madras. Which satellite was launched by ISRO using the GSLV F-15 rocket in January? Correct option is C. NVS-02. Which space agency launched the lunar satellite to detect and map water on the moon? Correct option is B. NASA. Which rocket was used by ISRO to successfully launch India's heaviest communications satellite CMI-03? Correct option is C. LVM-3M5. Recently, which country's private company's lander Blue Ghost has landed on the moon? Correct option is D. America. Which country is leading the artificial sun project EAST recently in the news? Correct option is C. China. What is a protostar that was recently seen in news? Correct option is an early stage in star formation. By which year ISRO is set to launch the 3 navigation satellite NVS-03, NVS-04 and NVS-05? Correct option is C. 2026. In which Indian state is the Satyendra Nath Bose Astronomical Observatory established in January? Correct option is B. West Bengal. India's first dedicated space astronomy observatory, AstroSat, was launched through which rocket? Correct option is C. PSLV C-30. Who recently received approval to launch India's first private satellite broadband service? Correct option is A. Jan-Dec. What is the country's most advanced weather satellite recently launched by ISRO? Correct option is D. INSAT 3DS. Where has the world's highest astronomical observatory been recently inaugurated? Correct option is C. Atacama Desert. Which country launched the world's first wooden satellite named LignoSat using SpaceX's rocket? Correct option is C. Japan. Recently, ISRO successfully conducted a model rocket launch test for the first time in which Indian state? Correct option is B. Uttar Pradesh. Which country has launched the navigation satellite Michibiki 6 on 2nd February? Correct option is B. Japan. Which organization has developed the world's largest 10-ton vertical planetary mixer for making solid propellants? Correct option is C. ISRO.